Hey everyone, Kyle once again. Welcome back to the next episode review for Spy Family, episode 17. And I gotta say, like, with Anya and Damien in this episode, just like, they're like the best frenemies, basically, frenemies. And how they played off each other in this episode is very funny and hilarious and just. But also the fact that it's also, of course, focused on the second half with Lloyd and the Handler, though. But mostly on this episode is because how it opens up, which it just opens up with no, like, a little bit before the titles. They just open up with the titles and then going on from there, right? And now that Anya really wants to show Damien his picture of her dog now, which she got a new photo with the whole family portrait with the dog in it with Bond, and Becky. Because he wants to plan on showing Damien, right? Oh, look at my new dog now. And Becky has the picture, has the picture, and first she planned on dropping the picture on purpose. Oh look, saying, oh look, this is my family photo with my dog in it. Then just Damien, his little crony, just walks on past, right? Of course, typical with Anya with all those shock faces she always pulling off. And then Becky takes the picture, saying that, oh, who is this handsome fella? She instantly just falls head over heels with Lloyd when she sees him in the picture. And she's only going goo goo gaga over Lloyd, because she's like talking to Anya about how, but with Damien, like, they're so immature, going for like more serious, mature people, right? And when when Becky sees Lloyd, she's going head over heels for him. It's like, hey, and it's like, I need to give back my picture. I need to show Damien, And then when it comes to, like, when they're doing arts and crafts, right? Which I remember back then, back when I was little in school doing arts and crafts. It was always been fun. But, so they're really trying to make, like, animals, right? And Becky, she makes a little paper figure of Lloyd and the headmaster and best grandpa, right, Master Henderson, saying, that is we're supposed to, that is like first, like, what you tell me what you're making is like, oh, it's Anya's father Lloyd. It's like, what? It is really well done, right? But we're supposed to be making animals, and Becky glares at him like, humans are animals. And he's like so stunned, like, so elegant, of course, his favorite word, elegance, right? Such elegance! Oh, man. And then with Anya, she shows Damon that she made her dog Bond, but it looks absolute garbage, and just like, what is that supposed to be, right? And with Damien, he's trying to make into a Griffin, which is like a symbol of his family's name, right? And Anya wants to help. It's like, oh, and because she wants to help, and to help Damien, and she goes and makes like, oh, what are these? Like jetpacks, so they can make the Grego fly faster, and just Damien's like, he's just getting all flustered and just. But like I said before, like the series where these two interact with each other, they're like the best frenemies, right? What I also said before, that Damien, he's like crushing on Anya. I have no doubt about that, But they're just like the best frenemies too, and also how she really wants to help because Damien is trying to do the best, if he's trying to impress his father. The target that Lloyd's doing is his target, Desmond, and really wants to make his father proud and all that stuff, right? And be like a Imperial Scholar as well. So Anya says, I really do want to help, which she means it. And then when all the little creations are presented on a table for the judges, right? Damien's wins top prize and just how the way the Griffin and the little baby one with Anya is supposed to puts it in with, right? It almost just looks like complete garbage, and it compares to everyone else, looks really well done. But Damien combined with Damien and Anya's together, right? It's all complete, looks like utter trash. But the funny thing is, it wins top prize. And Desmond, Master Henderson is telling Damien, like, yours won top prize. And And then the funny thing is, and then when Damien calls his house, when he's talking to on the phone, it's presumably the butler of the house, right? And you get this conversation. What I thought was kind of sad, though. What I thought it was, because he's trying to do the best to earn his father's praise, right? And he's asking, which I said, assuming it's the butler, is like, how did you tell father about my orientation? Of course, the time when Anya punched him in the face, right? And the butler, I would say, is like, oh, he's worried about your health, and in his mind, Damien was saying, liar. So he's like, I feel kind of bad for because he's trying to do the best to be in the good graces of his dad, earn his respect, earn his praise, right? Kind of feel a bit sorry for him, And then after that, then focus on the last later of this episode with the handler, right? Working with Lloyd, right? If you get this little fun things that where she's walking by herself and that she knows that she's being followed, and so she gives her these signals. Well, first she goes to this one place where they're following her, right? Thinking that she's gonna be in there when they're just buying time, She goes and changes into a new disguise. And where she's to meet with Lloyd, and she does the same thing again, right? But this time we see her, she looks at the reflection of the window that's reflecting across the street where she sees Lloyd, right? Giving these little hand signals, whatever. Which is like I said, we're still in a spy series, so it shows that we're still in a spy series. So they're using all these spy techniques, to hand signals, looking through the reflections to see the person, make sure that they're being followed and all that stuff, right? Showing that we're still in a spy series, right? And we're to meet when she's meeting with Lloyd again. Lloyd is spouting off, is like how she's she's doing really well. She's doing she skipped rope 5 times in a row, right? And Henry's like, what on earth is he talking about? Which he's talking about Anya, how well she's done. Which, like I said, he's grown more fond for this family for Anya, recently on his job though. He's basically become a proud father. Basically, he's impressed at how well Anya's done so far. Like I said, how she skipped rope 5 times in a row. So he's become a proud father. And then after the credits, we see another quick flashback to when Yor and Yuri were kids, right? And how just once again how she's always been a terrible cook, right? And Yuri, he's just eating it, spitting it up, barfing it off, and but at the same time saying, "Oh, you're so good, you're a good cook," while eating and spitting out. You can see him using tears, right? While eating and spitting it out at the same time, like how it was from we saw in the last episode, right? But it's so when she was a kid, right? So, like I said, he admires his big sister a lot. He doesn't want to, he doesn't want to let her down. So, I think he knows that she's a terrible. I think inside his head he knows he's a terrible cook, but things like he doesn't want to hurt his sister. He always looks up to his big sister. So that's why I assume that he just keeps on eating this garbage food while eating while having a smile on his face while eating it, crying and barfing at the same time, saying, "Oh, you're so good," See with Yuri at his work at the secret police, and talk with was one of his boss or colleagues, right? Saying, "Oh," because he's injured, has a bandage on his face. It's it's like he's kind of makes stuff invincible because for his sister, because also you're right because he says again, you just got run over by a truck and you're perfectly fine. He just wants to do anything to protect his big sister, that he loves and admires so much, so. But yeah, this episode has been a really fun episode, so like I said, these characters I've loved and I've enjoyed, even with when Becky, how she's just going head over heels from seeing Lloyd in the picture, Damien, he's always once again getting flustered with Anya as usual, but the thing is though, he's always blushing whenever Anya's around, So, like I said, they're best frenemies, right? But also, he's crushing on Anya at the same time. We know he is. He knows he has some kind of frustrated feelings for Anya, though. Despite how he might say, "Oh, you're so annoying," and all that stuff, right? And just the whole thing with the whole arts and crafts, right? Just the whole his trashy looking little animal sculptor, paper sculpture, it looks so horrible and garbage looking. How it ends up winning top prize. And with the Master Henderson once again saying, "Oh, so elegant," especially when Becky says, humans are animals. He is definitely the best grandpa. With that killer mustache. I always like that the killer mustache he has on there. So yeah, this has been, and once again, like I said, it shows we're still in the Spy series, how Handler and Lloyd using the hand signals, like through the reflection, being followed and all that stuff. And just how Lloyd, he's just spouting up to Handler, like how Anya is doing well, right? Because he's become the proud father, right, of Anya. So episode 17 of Spy Family, once again another funny, hilarious one. And I've always enjoyed this. I've been loving this series so much, so until like the next mission. How it's his the next episode. Well, it's called I would say the next mission. Which I think I say that she sees that Yuri is like with Anya. I guess it says tutor, so I guess he's trying to help her. I guess we'll have to wait and see on that though. But that's gonna look like another fun episode too. Because Anya hasn't yet met Yuri. Because when time went, the lesson back in the first half of the season where she was in bed when Yuri was over, getting to know Lloyd, who he is, right? She wanted to stay up to meet him, but the thing is she fell asleep when she was in bed, so I think this is the first time we're going to see Anya meeting Yuri for the first time, so. But episode 17 of Spy Family, and once again, another great episode. Loved it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode review, and then also for the last for the couple of movie reviews for Halloween month. So stay tuned for those, and we'll see you on the next review later.